Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And also thank you for all the messages that you wrote in the comments on my last video. They were certainly more than just appreciated. They were very uplifting, and I just felt the care and the empathy and compassion from you all. So it didn't go unnoticed, so thank you. I would like to continue with a quick video on another simple spread that I did regarding my grandmother passing away. And this time I used an oracle deck. I felt, what other oracle could I use that's fitting for this time in my life than the Death Doula Oracle. I think this is an exceptional oracle, and I should also say that it's not just for times when you are grieving or when you've lost someone through death or any other losses in your life. I've used this oracle deck at other times too. It's a wonderful companion if you like this sort of art, by the way. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but for me personally, I really connected with it. So naturally, I pulled it out. And I had 3 questions, and I drew 3 cards. The first question was, I wanted a guidance card for me, some guidance to help me with the grieving process. And for this, I received the most wonderful card, which is Witness Love. And I couldn't believe it when I saw this. It's as if Spirit is saying to me, the grieving process is eased by feeling love in my life, by experiencing love, by cultivating love, getting in touch with my own feelings around love and self-love, for myself. I really, really appreciate this card. The whole spread was just incredible. So this was the first card, and I just want to say that I haven't yet done the ritual that accompanies this card. So if you don't know this oracle deck, it's got a small but excellent booklet that accompanies it. And for each card, there are, or for most cards I think, there are some rituals at the very back to guide you, to offer you some guidance and help. And I haven't done the ritual for Witness Love, but I think that for me, this whole card was about, not forgetting in this overwhelming process of grief at times that love does exist, and trying to keep that in mind, even though at times it might not be felt. And the artist has written, with regards to Witness Love, that sometimes it is difficult to see the love in your life. If you're not seeing love in this very moment, look closer inward and outward. This card assures you it is around and invites you to take note now of where you find it. And then it talks about the Witness Love ritual, which is a very simple ritual, but I like simple rituals. I think they're often the most powerful. Okay, so the next question I had was a card. I wanted a card for my grandmother on her journey, on her passing, her journey passing through to the next life. I wasn't exactly sure how to frame that, and I just knew I just wanted a card as guidance for that, for her, for me. It's really hard to kind of think about exact questions, but I knew what I wanted. And the card that I got was Odyssey. And instantly, it just made me feel like she is on her Odyssey. The Odyssey is such a epic journey in Greek mythology of moving, leaving home, and then eventually returning to home. And I kind of feel like it's fitting. It's just incredible that, this card popped up for her journey. I just think it is just so apt for her and the journey that she's on. And it is an odyssey to the final home, which is beyond this world. And finally, the third card, I asked something specific. I asked what I can do to honor this process, this whole process around grief and grieving. And for this, I received formlessness. Now, the first thing I actually thought of, before I even thought of the word, is I thought of the color distribution, and how the first and the last card, which are more about me, or my, guidance for me, these two cards, share kind of like a similar palette. In my opinion, they're very different to the middle card, which is for her, which is much lighter. Much lighter in color. I think that in itself, it says so much, and it's very layered. Like it's, these colors are kind of very grounding colors, very earthy colors. And the card for her, for the Odyssey, it's like ethereal to me, this sort of color, this sort of light white and slightly blue. I know that's not the whole color, but that's kind of like the dominant color palette for me. And the first words that that came to my mind when I saw the formlessness card were, for me, to not attempt to box this process in or to structure it in any way, just to kind of allow it to unfold, to come and go as it will, and it certainly does. And some days are like normal days, and and then you go back to that place where you acknowledge, yep, she's not here anymore, and it's a very strange space. And it to me, formlessness said that grieving has no form, it's got no structure. It is nebulous, vast, and it's got depths like the ocean. The booklet for formlessness, when I looked at the meaning for it, it talks about slowing down, patience in the moment, stillness. This card asks the reader to allow simplicity to exist in their life. In the formless lies a deep sense of simplistic calm. A loud mind cannot hear the wisdom of the formless, but be still and it will fill your cup. And then there's a meditation on that as well, which I shall attempt. Okay, I'm going to take my time with this, with the exercises. So anyhow, I wanted to share this because I really felt like this spread was just so on point for me and for my grandmother and for her journey and for my process and where I'm at. And it reinforces to me just how powerful oracle cards can be as allies and as guidance for us in life, no matter what the situation. And after doing this, as challenging as doing some spreads can be around this topic, because I feel like I sit down and I am as genuine as I can be in asking my questions. I honestly feel like the oracle reciprocates that for me, and mirrors that authenticity back to me. And so therefore the spreads that I do are really wonderful. They're very soothing, they're very meditative. They bring me a state of peace and calm. Okay, there's sadness there, but I'm not feeling despondent. I'm not despairing. I just feel really gently held, without sounding too cliche or cheesy. I do. I feel like this whole vastness of spirit and of our universe is there supporting me, and it's okay, like everything is okay. So this is the 3-card spread that I've done with the Death Doula Oracle. It is not a cheap deck to obtain, certainly for me here in Australia, by the way. It is what it is. I got it because I knew I would love the way it's done, like the artwork, and I do. But then when I got it, the readings I've done with this deck have been just kind of like in a league of their own. So for me, this deck has certainly worked really well in the past. I've never used it for grief and for loss. Certainly not for the death of someone, not to this extent. So, okay. I hope this was useful to you, or you might wish to try this and it brings you some guidance or solace into your life. As always, thanks so much for being here, and thank you for watching and supporting my channel. I certainly do appreciate that very much. Until my next video, take care.